The following segment is sponsored by Providence Health and Services. This segment of AM Northwest is brought to you by Family Matters.
Health and education, safety, and the quality of life. K2 and our partners are proud to bring you Family Matters, offering solutions to the hard questions.
Because K2 and Providence Health and Services know that family matters.
March is National Nutrition Month, and for people with diabetes, nutrition can dictate their quality of life. Here to share how she helps young people manage the disease, we welcome from Providence pediatric diabetes educator, Christina Heiberg. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
You have diabetes. You were born with diabetes, right?
I was not born with diabetes, but I was diagnosed when I was 16.
16, okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. I was diagnosed with type 1, and I have a very super strong family history. So my mom, my grandma, my aunt, my cousin, and it took about 10 years to actually re-diagnose me with correct form of diabetes. I have a form of diabetes called MODY, which is a genetic condition where you're missing a link, and when you have it, you have a 50% chance of passing it on. So I lived with what I thought was type 1 for about 20 years, and then after I gave birth to my babies, found out that it's actually this MODY form of diabetes.
And you, which is interesting in what you do now, you thought, well, you wanted to run a marathon. I thought you couldn't do it because you have diabetes, but that's not the case.
That's not the case, yeah. So I got into running in college. I met my husband down at Oregon State, and he convinced me to take a running class with him. So I did that and just was a casual runner. And then when I moved up to the Portland area, I joined a mom's running group, and we still run today at 5 in the morning.
That's so great.
It is so fun. And it's, you know, I have little kids, and it's just really my only alone time. So that was really kind of why we go at 5 in the morning. And I have done lots of half marathons and hood to coast and relays, but I thought it's too much work to train for a marathon when you have diabetes. You know, the fueling, the checking your blood sugar, insulin. So that was always my
But then you made it your project to do that.
To do that.
And so it is possible. What you thought wasn't possible actually is possible.
Yes, and I hope that, you know, my experience can encourage other people to do something.
Right. Is this you in New York?
This is me in New York.
Yay.
That was at mile 9. And I was so excited. I was still feeling good because I had just seen my team. I did it with a team to raise money for diabetes.
Okay.
And that's why I decided to do it, just because it was something I'm so passionate about.
Right. So how do you change up your nutrition if you want to do something like that?
Yeah, good question. So with that, nutrition is super important for running long distances, just because you have to fuel every so many miles. I would take those gels in, and then not only during the race, but before the race and after the race.
And when you say gels, it's like they're called goo? Or
like the goo, type gels. You know, they have about 100 calories, all from carbohydrates, because that's going to be the fuel that gets your body through that grueling distance.
But that's what diabetics have to be careful of.
Correct, yeah. So as a person with diabetes, carbohydrates are the food that turns to sugar in our body. So we do need to try and limit how much we have, and also think about what types of carbohydrates we're having.
So when you talk to kids about their nutrition and also their physical activity, there is a way to achieve whatever they want to achieve physically, as long as they watch their nutrition.
Yes, absolutely. So I like to show them this method called the plate method.
Okay, tell me about the plate method.
So the plate method is basically a plate, which we have right here.
Yeah.
And as you can see, there's all different kinds of food on there. And I like to start with the foods that are carbohydrates, which are found in pastas, rice, starches, potatoes, fruit, milk, and yogurt, as kind of our brain fuel. So to get kids, you know, through the school day, they need to eat carbohydrates. However, what we know is if you just eat carbohydrates alone, it'll often convert to sugar much more quickly and then create that crash. So I really try to emphasize the importance of getting protein at each snack and meal to help keep their energy more balanced through the day.
Oh, good point. So, and is it possible to reverse diabetes with a healthy lifestyle, nutrition?
Good question. So for people with type 2 diabetes, you can turn it around. However, that takes a lot of work, you know, with diet and exercise. And in order to be considered in remission, someone needs to be below the diabetes number threshold for 3 months without medication.
Okay.
And then I would also say that the diet and lifestyle changes are beneficial not only for diabetes, but for, you know,
for everything.
for everything.
Yeah.
So sure, it's possible, but may not be realistic for everyone.
Gotcha. We want to tell everyone, if you would like to find out more, we're going to put all the information for you on our website at k2.com. Find out more about nutrition, diabetes, and health and education services at k2.com/Family Matters. Thank you so much.
You.
And good
Appreciate
luck
it.
in your next run.
Oh, thanks. Hood to coast.
Hood to coast.